Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Some interesting Last of Us news has just popped up today. I'm just now getting to it. I know probably a gajillion other better YouTubers have talked about it today. I actually like Last of Us. I finally played both of the games in the series last year. I made sure to play Last of Us before Last of Us 2 came out. I completed both of them, played them. Masterpieces. Say what you want about Last of Us 2. I know that one's mixed, but overall, series is beloved. It's a very popular franchise. We got the HBO series coming out eventually, but today, interesting development came out. There's a report where the Last of Us remake is coming for PS5, but at a cost to PlayStation morale. Very interesting title, very interesting situation. Remaking Last of Us. So Bloomberg report says Sony support studio pushed off TLOU remake, leading some to quit. So there's some interesting developments coming on. So fans will be happy to hear Last of Us is getting a remake for PS5, but some developers inside Sony aren't happy with how that came together or what it means for PlayStation's vaunted first-party development going forward, according to a Friday morning report from Bloomberg. So Bloomberg broke this news. The account by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier describes how Sony's Visual Arts Service Group, a support-oriented studio located in San Diego, took on a PS5 remake for 2014's Last of Us with approval, without much support from above, then saw it handed over to original developer Naughty Dog. So, evidently, Sony's Visual Arts Service Group wanted to make this game, the remake, but then Naughty Dog was handed it over. So the Visual Arts Service Group was then relegated to a support role, as well as assigned to help Naughty Dog complete the delayed Last of Us Part 2 that launched last summer for PS4. As a result, the group's founder left Sony altogether, Bloomberg reports. So this is some trouble here. There's some trouble in paradise. Now, this goes on to say Polygon has reached out to a PlayStation representative for additional comment. The company declined to comment for Bloomberg's report, which does not say when the Last of Us PS5 remake is expected. Friday's report describes a senior leadership at PlayStation obsessed with big hits, critically as well as commercially. For example, Bloomberg says Sony Bend Studios' pitch for a sequel to 2019 Days Gone was rejected, and part of the studio was told to assist Naughty Dog on two other projects, one of them a new Uncharted game. The Oregon studio is now working on a new game of its own. So evidently we were going to get a sequel to Days Gone as well, and that got axed over an Uncharted game. I know Uncharted is one of the bigger money makers for Sony. This goes on to say Naughty Dog has been a Sony-owned studio for nearly 20 years, helming two franchises, which are Uncharted and Last of Us, that have generated multiple award-winning titles, as well as television and cinematic adaptations. A one light difference to a proven hit maker, especially where its own IP is concerned, is reasonable. But Bloomberg's story notes that Visual Arts Service Group took the initiative to develop The Last of Us PS5 remake, but only got provisional approval to continue with it and no budget to hire more developers to make it. So it seems like there's some internal struggles going on here. Unfortunately, it's overshadowing the it's overshadowing the news that we're getting a PS5 remake of Last of Us, which is kind of big news in its own right, but we're getting all this other news of major shifts of development and problems stemming internally and all that. Very interesting. And there, it seems like they're planning to do a lot with the Last of Us franchise. We have the HBO TV series coming out. On top of that, speaking of Uncharted, there's also a feature film coming out that's going to star fucking Spider-Man. Now, I think the Naughty Dog co-president and the writer, creative director of Last of Us is an executive producer on the actual HBO series of Last of Us. So they have a lot of plans, a lot of big ideas for this franchise, but already going into news of a PS5 remake and it being this much of a mess and shifting over who's going to be the development team and all that, sounds like there's a lot more problems than what we know of and at Sony. So this is going to be interesting to keep an eye on and see what comes out of it. Morale. This article talked about morale and some people quitting and leaving the company. I don't know. That sounds like some very passionate people that got let down that they're not going to get to work on the game. Let me know your thoughts, guys, down below on the PS5 remake of Last of Us and this situation right here. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching as always.